Okay, let's work with a budget of 200 to 250 million naira. And we have classified this investment option into 4 categories: an apartment, fully detached house, land, and a country home. Okay, with this 150 million, which location do you think that if someone invests in, it will break even in 7 years and this investment will not fail? Because there's some location that if someone put in money, definitely now will not break even in 7 years. So please, what would be the best option to give to the audience with your experience?
One thing I know for sure is that real estate is a very lucrative business, despite how much you want to use to start your investment. Now, if you have 250 million naira to invest in real estate, you're actually not starting small. To be honest with you, you are not starting small, because with 250 million naira, you can own an apartment in Lekki Phase 1. Are you aware? You can own an apartment, even if it's a 2-bedroom apartment, you can own a 2-bedroom apartment in Lekki Phase 1. Some part of Victoria Island too, you can own a 2-bedroom apartment in Victoria Island with 250 million naira, and you can break even within 5 years, 6 to 7 years. Yes. Now, if you feel you want to own a fully detached duplex because you want to live in it, or if you're looking to invest, like investment package of real estate, 250 million naira can get you an apartment in Lekki Phase 1. But if you're looking to live in that budget, 250 million naira can get you a semi-detached in Chevron, Axis, ekohotel, and what likes of it. So 250 million naira is not a low start. If you actually want to use that 250 million naira to go further, to say you want to own an apartment or own a house in Lagos proper and somewhere else, maybe you can go to Lekki. Some part of Lekki, you can get properties within that side for 15 million, 20 million. You can get a land, for 20 million. Let's say, you get a land for 30 million naira within Lekki axis. Lekki actually starts from Awoyaya. No, Abidjan is still Etiosa. So even in Abidjan too, you can get some properties within Abidjan for 30 million naira, 35 million naira. You can build a bungalow for 35 million to 50 million naira. And you have about 100 million naira to invest in within this location. And you mustn't really have up to 500 to 600 square meter to invest to start your own property investment within that axis. You can actually have 300 square meters. You can have maybe 250 square meters and 300 square meters. That's if you have plot of land, you can use it to start something. And truly, 300 square meter plot size is not a small space. If you have a good engineer who can help you manage your space, trust me, you'll get something tangible within that, landscape. So we have 100 million naira down there in Abidjan. You still have 150 million naira, right? It can still go further to, you can buy an apartment in Aja also. You can buy an apartment in Aja. You can buy a semi-detached in Aja also. It depends on who is advising you. That is why you always need a trusted agent to help you, walk you through the journey of real estate. You can't just wake up and you want to dive into any business at all without having to, consult a professional for it. So if you have something, such amount of money, you need to get a trusted agent who will help you step by step, throughout the journey of your investment.
Okay. So thank you. So basically now with the 250 million naira capital, one can either choose to get a detached in Chevron axis, or go for an apartment in Lekki Phase 1, or consider buying a land somewhere within the Lekki axis with less than 50 million, and use about 50 million to build a country home. Therefore, still have about 150 million left to consider a luxury apartment within Aja. Wow. So that means 250 million can actually spread your investment across 3 strong different locations.
Good. And there are so many other ways you can start real estate. You don't have to wait till you have 100 million to start real estate. I hope you know. Yes. You can have, if you have 10 million naira, if you earn a consistent good amount of money monthly, you can start your investment with as low as 10 million naira. There are people who are developing, maybe somebody is developing an apartment and you want to, start building your wealth. You can actually start doing an off-plan investment.
Wow.
You go to a developer who is starting to build. From the foundation, you monitor your project, you monitor what they are doing, you can have an access to such property. I mean, you can start your investments with as low as 10 million naira, 50 million, 80 million naira. You can own an apartment in Aja. And after, from the scratch, when they start, you deposit 10 to 20 million naira from the scratch. Then subsequently you pay 5 million, as time proceeds, you gradually pay. Before the end of the tenure of building, you must have,
Okay, there's a common fear in Nigeria, which is the delivery system.
Okay.
Do you have a couple of options that, I beat my chest? These people will not fail. Do you have a couple that they can recommend?
Of course I do. Because see, in any business at all that you have to invest in, you have to go with somebody who has already tried that business. Don't be greedy. Don't be reluctant to, letting people know your plan.
Are you referring to due diligence?
Not about even due diligence. Now, if you want to do it yourself, as an investor, you want to do it yourself. You don't want to pay agency fee. You don't want to pay a professional to help you sort for properties that with the right developers. Of course, you will end up getting into trouble of people who will take your money. 10 years coming, the project is still standing where it is standing without delivery and handover. So that is why I always recommend you use a professional to getting you the right people to invest with.
Wow, this is a very deep message you have given up. I believe those that have been asking the question, this is a budget I'm actually working on. She have clearly spelled that, irrespective of your budget, was even given her a range of 200 to 250 million, but she have broken it down to as low as 30 million.
As low as 10 million, you can start with 10 million. If you have 10 million naira, you can start your real estate investment. There are people who are developing. You have to make sure they are trusted people. But when you invest that 10 million, there are subsequent money you will pay gradually. That will be very easy for you to pay and without any stress and all that. I don't know if you understand me.
What I'm trying to say now, this is not just kind of regular off plan, but you are being part of the process of the off plan.
Oh, yes. You are being part of the building. At every point in time, at every stage, you are visiting your property, you're visiting the site to see that the developer is using the right material and all that and so forth, to build that property. If there are things you need to correct, that is even the best time for you to say, okay, I don't want this, I want that. You can come into the construction.
And before you can drop the next deposit, you might have seen there's a difference between when the last one was and where this one was.
Thank you. That is it. So you don't have to wait till you have 100 million naira to start real estate. You can start small. By the time the project is fully completed, you would have been done with your payment. And of course, you can sell it off, use the money in bulk, move further to somewhere you can, maybe somewhere beyond where you started from. I don't know if you understand me. Good. Let's take, for instance, you might want to buy a property in Aja for 70 million naira. Then by the time the project is completed, you have that your 70 million naira in bulk. You move to probably within Chevron and all that area. You move forward, drop that 70 million and still gradually pay. Maybe within Chevron, you are getting a property, maybe 2-bedroom for 120 million, 150 million. You can still pay 70 million and gradually, pay off the remaining balance.
Okay, one last question. There was a last message that I got. We that have 200 million, can't we live in Atlantic City? Is there any plan for 200 million? Just taking up.
200 million is a tight one in ekoatlantic City, considering the whole infrastructure
not even according to the message, not even a BQ.
Ah.
The studio apartment.
There is no studio apartment in Atlantic City currently. There is no studio apartment. You can get 1-bedroom apartment, you can get 2-bedroom apartments, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and all of that in Atlantic.
200 million option.
200 million naira will be a little bit tight, except you want to drop the 200 million naira with us and, you know, build it the same way you are doing it. Yes.
Thank you so much. You have really clarified the air, and if you have further concern regarding how to spread your capital in real estate investment, especially in Lagos, please do well to contact the number displayed on your screen. Thank you so much, Simas Property. You're always very, very open and ready to pass the right information to the audience.
Of course.
Thank you for doing the best.
We are keen in giving updates.
Thank you so much. Update
is a win-win
game.
Yes.
Update helps in the industry. If you don't get updates, you're not going to grow. Stay tuned to do the right thing at the right time and enjoy the benefit of real estate, most especially in Lagos. It's not actually scam. They don't demolish houses, but if you follow the wrong track, you might fall into the wrong track. True. Thank you and stay tuned.
Thank you. Have a nice day.